I don't know how we got stuck behind this truck, but we'll get through the cul-de-sac in a second.
Welcome to
or the roundabout. But you're exactly right. You know, you go and you'll see people on the roofs. You see the people up there standing there as the trusses are coming in, and they're standing there trying to steady it. You've
Hit
got
that sign. Ah!
Hi, everybody.
Hi. I'm going to check and make sure our audio is rolling. Yes, it is.
Oh, it's rolling?
Yes.
Do we start over?
No. Look what I have. It's a straw. Why do I have a straw? Because we just got Diet Cokes.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's an addiction of sorts.
So hello, everyone.
Hi.
So we are going to, you know, we're back here in Horizon West in Winter Garden.
And where are we specifically?
Hamlin. Yeah, everyone loves that, by the way. So, quick question. We were thinking about getting some merchandise. Would you like some Hamlin t-shirts or hats or something?
That's true.
Or Gator water.
Gator water would be the big seller.
Definitely. Anyway, hey guys, I hope everybody is doing okay. We're going to do probably a quicker video today.
We always say that, and then
I know, it's just because I ramble on too much.
Wait, hang on. Oh, that's the sky. I was like, I thought I had the blue tape problem, but it's just it's a beautiful blue sky.
It's a beautiful blue sky.
Holy moly, look at that sky.
It's pretty. So we're gonna go today. So exciting news, because we've talked about in the Horizon West area, there's multiple villages here, right?
Yes.
So the Ovation village is already kind of up and booming with MI's community encore at Ovation, which we have talked about, we've referenced, we've sold homes in there already. More phases are coming. Beautiful community, but there's also the Toll Brothers community called Westhaven at Ovation that is now really getting ready to start their pre-sales, and we've also driven past that before. But what we thought we might do is just kind of go through Lakeshore, which is the Toll Brothers community here in the Horizon West area.
This is a vibe check.
This is the vibe
What do you think about? What do you think about the vibe of a Toll Brothers community? Because we don't know exactly that it's going to feel like that, but Toll Brothers communities have a feel.
They do.
So we would think this would be the feel of it. So
now, you know what? Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. No, I had a stupid thing to say, so you go ahead.
Okay. So
I'll still say my stupid.
Forego your.
Oh no, I'll get to it.
Okay. Okay. All right. So so the Toll Brothers communities are very iconic, like in the Windermere area.
Yeah.
Gated communities, lush landscaped entrances, very high-end, multi-million-dollar
Generally
homes.
Tuscan, yeah.
Generally speaking, yeah. There's lots of beautiful homes there. Now, in the Winter Garden Horizon West area, remember we've talked about it before, but by design, this area is not allowed to have gated communities. So that alone takes away one of the elements of a more iconic Toll Brothers community, but not of their own design.
Right.
It's by the overall bigger picture here of this area. But Lakeshore here in the Horizon West area is very close to the 429 access, so it's a great location as far as that goes. Now, that community, by the way, is closed out, right?
Yes.
So that community has got some wonderful opportunity for resale, especially if you are looking for some of those, again,
if you have a thick checkbook or fat wallet.
Well, there's a lot of people that are very
pricier.
They are pricier, but there's a lot of people that are very they're very tied to floor plans. Like that Rubellini is an amazing floor plan.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
There's a lot of floor plans that really people are excited about, and so they kind of like to stick with that builder because they like to try to find the floor plan. But
another stupid thing to add.
All right, go ahead.
I worked with someone who went to high school with someone whose name was Rubellina Doobie, and so now that's going to be stuck in my head forever. Really? So I think that's a real person that exists.
Okay, well,
might be legendary.
I shouldn't say it here on, like, you know.
Well, that's a great name. That's a great name. Why would you want to promote that
saying.
name, Rubellina Doobie? That's awesome.
Okay.
Anyway, can I tell my other stupid thing?
Sure.
Okay. So my brain, as we have sort of established, it doesn't work well. It works differently, and so I get things stuck in my head, and it's frustrating. And maybe some psychology student will be out there going, "I've examined you via your videos." But anyway, so you said it's divided into villages.
Do therapy sessions that way?
I feel like it's a good idea.
Go ahead.
So you said we're organized into villages, so my brain immediately went to, so all the people that want to move here want to be village people. Right. And then I thought, so then of course I was like, YMCA, but that wasn't it so much. I was like, so which of the villages are which village people persons? So the village where they're building Westhaven and Ovation is clearly the construction worker because it's under construction. Thank you. That was so stupid. Look, I know it's dumb. I know it's dumb.
It's very educated. Well, we're never going to forget that the Encore, or that the Ovation Village now will be
is the construction worker
represented by the iconic construction
yes,
worker.
who's the biker is the question, with the leather and the big mustache.
Rural village area somewhere.
Maybe.
Anyway,
yeah, it could be. Okay.
All right, so let's get back to it, shall we? All right, so just again, as a point of reference, we are driving through the Hamlin Horizon West area. So if we were to continue straight, which we're not, we're taking a right here on Seidel Road, Seidel. Back to my other video, Rydell High.
Yep.
Reminds me of Greece, again, pointing everything so we can make these connections.
Yes.
But if we were to continue straight ahead, that's Reams Road, and that's where that community with Dreamfinders that everyone kept asking about, and now they've like, stop, we're not, like,
yeah, it's coming.
Brakes.
But
it's just a long ways away. So so we are on Seidel Road. On the right side over here, you've got Ravenna, which was Park Square Homes. To the left, you had the KB Home Community.
Lake Hancock.
Yep. And then you have, as we continue down the road, you'll have the Ashton Woods community of Latham Park. It's on both sides of the street, although the main phase was to our left. All of this is resale, by the way, so no new construction right here.
And I'll put, as we pass these, I'll put you up some things that show you kind of what prices are in those areas. And usually we'll try to give you sold prices, like the last 3 things are sold. By the way, Shorefront Cove from Park Square Homes, there's a sign right there.
Yep.
On Larkspur Lake Drive, it says.
Larkspur,
so I don't know how we get there, but there's some gate of water.
That is definite gate of water. So this is Lakeview Point, which is a Pulte community out here. Again, sold out, completed. Just had a client reach out to me the other day from within this community. And then as we continue down the road, we have Meritage homes called Watermark on the right and the left. So again, we've been down the road.
We've been down this road
before. Literally and figuratively.
Things we've said many times in our marriage. We've been down this road before.
We've been married a long time.
Long time.
Long. Hey, now.
Insert Robert Barone. Long time.
Anyway,
okay.
so just we get comments from these videos, and I love that people are beginning to map out and piece together the area through these videos.
Yes.
And I know that sometimes it's repeats as far as, driving down a road or referencing a community, but it's all giving you hopefully a better idea if you watch multiple videos, that it all starts to kind of get pieced together. And even though you're not here necessarily to see it and drive it for yourselves, it just kind of gives you an idea of what your new community would potentially look like.
And can I brag on you?
Sure.
Okay, so sure, why not?
Right.
So we just were in a meeting, and we were talking about new construction in this area, and the question came up, so what are kind of the new communities here? And the answer was given, and it was fine. It was what we would expect. But then I literally stopped the conversation. I said, like in my head, I went, I'm going to by the way, New York Beer Project.
Right
so
there. Excited.
People are very excited about that. And by the way, look
so
at
much
the
progress.
mark. So that's coming. So I would think by the turn of the century. By the turn of the century, the New York Beer Project. No, but maybe in the new year.
Yes.
We'll be there.
Close.
So anyway, I in my head I went, like, I knew that I was like about to show off my wife with pride, because I said, now Amy, what would you say to that? And she went, boom, 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 boom. And she's telling us site agents days off. She's telling us different construction techniques for the different places, because this lady just knows this community, and it translates not only to what made me think of it is when you said this is all resale now. It translates, though, it's not just about new construction.
Right.
It's about knowing these Watermark townhomes were built by Meritage. So the big selling point for those was...
What are you talking about?
Meritage. What's their big selling point?
You mean their building?
Yeah.
That they do the spray foam insulation.
Yes. So
the attic space should probably typically not be, but about 7 degrees different from the interior living space from the attic space.
That's my girl.
Anyway.
So hey, new elementary school coming right there, by the way.
Isn't this crazy talk?
And Horizon High School, go Hawks, right in front of us.
Horizon High School, go Hawks, over to our left. So again, you might start to go, oh wait, I know where they are now. The new elementary school, and then right there, we will also be turning in then to...
And welcome to Tuscany.
To Toll Brothers Lakeshore community.
Yes.
So again, we talked about a little while ago, this community is beautiful. It has some really gorgeous, massive luxury homes.
Yes.
There's some lakefront properties back in here. Sold some. They've also got townhomes. To me, candidly the most expensive townhomes
in the world.
In the world.
No, they're the priciest townhomes in this area.
Yeah, most
certainly.
definitely. They're very pretty. They're very nice. They are here at the entrance. I guess I should go a little bit slower.
Yeah, go a little slower. Go a little slower. One of these townhomes is currently listed for $800,000.
Yeah, that's the little bit.
Okay. Right. So yeah, I mean, it's big. It's like 3,000 square feet or something. But it's their floor plan. It's the largest. But it makes our eyes pop out when we say townhome $800,000, but you know. So
to the homes here on our left were the original model homes. Obviously, those have been sold and they've closed out. Now they do have their models and sales center there, which is their pre-sale center for Westhaven at Ovation currently.
Yep.
So as we go, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say we're crossing Shorebird Lane, which so for resale right now, and for a couple of new construction homes that like just haven't sold yet. Shorebird is one of the main streets that you'll see. I mean, we're on Panther Lake here. Well, go ahead.
No, we're going to turn left, and then I'm going to go back down this whole street.
Except you turned right. That was awesome.
Oh, sorry. Turning right. But I meant like on your left.
Yes. Is
there a camera to the left?
There's a camera on the right, but we'll get it. We'll come back.
Yeah. But if you look, these are some of the, more iconic kind of really beautiful luxury homes here, and all of these are on the water.
Hey, Pepper.
I did a doggy and a baby. So all of these are kind of on the lake over here. There's some I say smaller. I mean, the square footage, it's all relative, right? You can have a smaller home. You can have a larger home. You want me to go over that way? Okay.
What is it? Oh, it's the school. Yeah. I was like, what's under construction? No, so you can go wherever you want. Okay. Now that I know what that is.
Okay. Well, now I've turned this.
I'm sorry, but if you know the area, if you know communities, if you know builders, you could, if we dropped you in this community, you'd know you were in a Toll Brothers community.
Agreed.
Accurate?
Yeah, I mean, it really is, if you know the area and you know these builders, you really can start to get a sense of each of the builders' architectural style.
Yeah.
And again, that's one of the reasons, Toll Brothers is an iconic name, for people who know about building or custom building or even semi-custom building, and that's kind of what they were. So for instance, I have a client in here. They've closed on their home a couple years ago, but they took one of the floor plans that Toll Brothers offered. They raised the ceiling in one of them to do a golf simulation room. They added an extra garage bay. They made a lot of changes to the floor plan, but so basically they took a floor plan that Toll Brothers offered and they said, okay, but now I want to add another garage. I want to add an in-law suite. I'd like to take the roof in that, loft area and lift it up so that we can swing the golf club.
And Toll Brothers said, yes, we'll do it for free.
No, but I will say it takes a lot longer than for that permitting process.
That house, that's gorgeous.
Yeah. So these homes are absolutely beautiful. They are so gorgeous. This is the amenity center. I'm going to do a loop-de-loop down here just so you can see the amenity center. And again, this is Lakeshore. So this community is one for resale purposes, but it's also to give you an idea of what a winter garden Horizon West Toll Brothers community looks like.
And come right here and just angle yourself so we can see down there. Just angle around a little bit. So look what happened here. These folks rode their bikes down. They've got the baby crib. They've got the baby sitting there. They're just sitting on the water enjoying Florida. That's what that is.
On a Friday morning at almost noon.
So when you ask yourself, why would I want to live in Horizon West Florida? There it is.
Yeah.
This is it's a lifestyle choice. And it's really nice to be here. And look at that. That's beautiful. That's just gorgeous. There's some sand cranes coming out. It's like we paid the sand cranes to come out. That's an advertisement.
But yeah, so amenity center here, and a lot of people ask about the amenity centers, and this is such. And we've referenced things before. I know for some of you this is the first video that you've watched, but in most cases, people move to Florida, they want to have a pool. Therefore, they probably build their own pool, in which case you might not really be using this price point. You might not be using the amenities candidly whatsoever, right?
Right.
Or you might. Maybe it was all you could do afford financing wise to come in, and you're like, well, I'd rather have a outdoor fun zone and running space for my dogs and my kids, and so we'll just, if we want the water, we'll go to the amenity center. Different thoughts, different folks, different strokes, whatever. Beautiful homes again over here on the right. These are all backing up to the lake. So these are lakefront properties.
These are $1 million
These are million and 2 million and plus.
Two.
Homes out here. I've been in some of them. Again, I've had clients build some of these. Absolutely gorgeous.
And by the way, when I said two is kind of the top.
Yeah, I would
There's a listing in this community right now for $2.5 million, and we're tracking it. We're just we want to see.
Okay, wait. Did you see that?
Oh, the car lift thing.
You're gonna need to pause that.
I'll put a screen capture there. Yes, they had a car lift there.
Yep.
So cool.
Yeah.
So that was Panther Lake, and then now we're turning on to Topsail.
Mm-hmm.
So again, now we're not backed up to water.
Right.
In fact, these back up a little bit close to 429, but there is a gap there. There's a distance there. But
and these over here, I know you can't see, but these over here actually back up to other neighbors.
Yeah.
So some of these other home sites actually have rear neighbors as well. And again, it's a typical community, right? You've got some of the larger home sites, probably the larger lot premiums.
Yeah.
Out, on the perimeter, and then usually on the interior, you're going to have not necessarily smaller lots, but they definitely won't be as private.
But you see, still building. So
yeah,
and this community timeline wise matches up with Watermark. Okay, so they started about the same time.
Yes, they did.
But Watermark is 3 times bigger, 4 times bigger,
yeah,
and closed out. Done.
Well,
function of what? Price point, probably, right?
Yes. And there was a time we actually had a meeting with like a realtor advisory board, and we had a with Toll Brothers, and part of it, I mean, and again, this was what I really appreciate about that was that they were asking for realtor kind of feedback, because some communities really took off and sold super well, super fast. Other communities were a little bit slower to that.
Yes.
Couple of examples, and again, this is no reflection on the builder or the community whatsoever.
Right.
Has nothing to do with that. I'm gonna go left. Right? Does that get me out of here?
No,
I'm all turned around.
I think you get it that way.
Okay, we'll go that way.
I think that's the main deal. This happens to me literally every time I come
in here. I know it's because I went and I went by the other area. That's all good.
We'll get out of here someday.
We'll get out of here. So there's some communities that were slower to sell. And I will say Watermark by Meritage Homes kind of had, in the beginning of this Horizon West area, it really kind of had the monopoly, that and Waterley, on the communities that were accessible and available at a reasonable, manageable price point. Toll Brothers just indicatively is going to be more expensive. And so... it was a challenge because Watermark was right there. So when I had clients that I would take out to look at homes, they would come here and they would go there, and they're like, yeah, but look how much more home I can get with Meritage than here. Now, that being said, this is now closed out. It just took a little bit longer.
Go to Avalon Cove, by the way. Just
okay.
We'll go in there. Just to
my phone's ringing.
I know, but we'll just say hi to Jason Rise.
So
whoever that is will answer you shortly.
Yes. So that is the Horizon High School that we have referenced. So that is now right here. There used to not be a stoplight at this entrance of this community. Now, obviously, they have to have one because there's so much traffic here with that high school being right there.
Yep.
But the other thing to notice is that you have a 429 south entrance. You don't have one going north, so keep that in mind. You can get on south and you can get off when you're coming from that direction.
Yep.
You said you want me to go through Avalon Cove.
Yeah, just go down because and I'm only saying that because we'll wrap up soon. And just to compare, the reason we showed you Lakeshore specifically was because Westhaven and Ovation is now taking
pre-sales. Right.
So you can't. We've shown that to you before. It's if we go left here and go down 5 miles ish, closer to Disney. That's where we would be, and we anticipate that it will feel like that because Toll Brothers communities feel like that. Now, this is Jones Homes USA, and Jones Homes USA has a feel, but they have a little more variation in their communities. But to me, this one, Avalon Cove, which is also closed out, also $1 million price points for the ones along the water. It feels to me a lot like the Toll Brothers community we're just in. Would you agree? It's because it's Tuscan, I guess.
I guess so, yes. But here's the other thing, and any time with new construction, okay, so these communities, this one is closed out. They haven't finished the final houses that are being built, but they don't have any more to sell.
Right.
Toll Brothers, where we just were before. But let's talk about like Westhaven at Ovation or Silverleaf or any of these other communities that are coming that don't exist yet. It is a big leap of faith to purchase in there with no idea
Right.
other than an artist's rendering of what you could expect your community to look like. You know, sometimes people fall in love with homes, and I probably shouldn't have come down here because it's always such a narrow
Well,
road.
there's a cul-de-sac down there, so you
think I
can
can
probably
get
turn
through?
around. Yeah. So,
Okay.
I don't know why we have a hesitation about sharing which houses are your
Well, it's
clients,
because
but
I don't want people to know, but we've passed a couple of them.
yeah, we passed a couple, and one that's under construction.
Yes.
And one that was one of the
Already
first
closed.
ones to move in, and
Yes.
both just stupidly gorgeous homes.
amazing.
And what's that? It's not the Sawgrass. What's the plan? I'll put it on the screen.
Southern Dunes.
Southern Dunes. Oh, the Southern Dunes 3, right?
They both built the Southern Dunes.
Yes, and oh my gosh, it's that's a model home tour you ought to check out,
Yeah,
because
that's amazing.
They just did cool stuff, and in that particular model, there's the bar that has a different. It's kind of
very
it's in
cool.
the middle of a thing. You go behind it, it's got different stuff. You'll see.
I like the big water feature in the front
Oh, my gosh.
of the home, like before you enter
Yeah.
in the sound.
But I'm
Anyway.
right though. This feels
Yeah.
like a little Toll Brothers.
It feels a little bit chaotic and stressful right now.
I know, I knew
because
you
I'm
get
like,
stressed, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So-
I'm not a bit. But I mean, that's what new construction is. And by the way, keep that in mind, right? So, you know, builders try to compartmentalize, and they have a path of where the new construction goes. So people get mad. They look at a site map on a builder's website or a site map I provide them, and they're like, well, what about that home site? I want that one. Well, that one's not released yet. Well, why
Right.
isn't it released? Because then that's in the back corner of the community, and they're not going to get to that until they sell out all these other ones.
Go straight to
Straight?
the other cul-de-sac, even though it will be stressful for you.
Okay.
So this is the former model here on the right.
Right, but now it is
It's now someone's home.
homeowner
I mean,
occupied. So
beautiful.
But yeah, absolutely stunning. So, but the point is, you know, if you go in new construction early, you end up having to live for the next several years with new construction going on all around you. Can be a nuisance, but it's also part of the excitement. You're also probably liking that the people that purchased these homes, you know, way after you did, got it for a much higher price than you did. So you're going, woohoo,
Yep.
you know.
Boosts your value.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, my point is, there's pros and cons to getting into a community in the beginning and getting into a community at the end, or especially if you're going in the beginning.
You hate me right now.
I hate you so much.
You hate me right now.
I'm turning
I don't know.
around.
Yeah, you can't get through
I'm
there.
just
You're
gonna-
gonna have to go in there. You're gonna have
I'm gonna turn
to.
around.
We try not to go in people's driveways,
I know,
like
I
if it's their
apologize.
private residence. But sometimes
So
we just
sorry.
have to. But that's kind of to Amy's point. Like
Yeah.
that's gonna happen sometimes
Yeah.
when you're earlier in the community. So
And what if
there's a
you're-
cost to it.
Yeah, and if you're trying to, have friends over, well, there may not be anywhere
Yeah.
for your friends to park.
And let's just take a quick moment before we wrap things up.
Yeah, look at the sky.
And let the sky, but let's give some praise to our site workers and tradesmen and women, because
absolutely.
they're up on that roof. It's not very hot today, which is nice for them, but they're up there. If it was 100 degrees, they'd be up there
Right.
working.
Guys up there lifting. Do you know how heavy those tiles
Oh,
are?
so
it's, I am, and I get really, really, really emotional about it. And I think it really does come from our performing arts background. By the way, where do you want me to go from here? I know we're going to
well,
wrap
I want
it
to
up,
point out,
but
as you pass it, by the way, this van is a food truck.
it's a food truck.
And so at a construction site, very often you'll see people just walk in and they go beep beep, and then people come out and they've kind of pre-made lunches.
yeah, sandwiches or tacos or
and
something.
so, by the way, one thing that happens for you if you are one of Amy's new construction clients is whenever we can, we're at your site all the time. So anytime we're at your site, if the food truck comes and people are there working on your house, we buy lunch for everyone.
Yeah.
And we just like doing that. It's fun, first
is
of all.
fun. It's fun. Yeah.
But anyways, go back to what you're saying.
No, do you want me to turn right or left? by
I
the
want
way?
you to turn. Well, you got to turn right. You don't have a choice.
Well, that's true. Okay, so then I'll
So
turn right.
go down there and then just make a U-E at Waterley, or go to the Waterley traffic circle. We'll be done by then, I bet.
Okay, sounds good.
And then we'll come around.
So anyway, so this is where I say I get a little bit emotional. So our background obviously is in performing, right? And
Obviously.
No, I mean, we've talked about that before.
Thank you.
The performing arts.
The village people.
Jeez. No, but like when I had my dance studio, so it was very important to me that I instilled in my students that
Yes.
what we do is a culmination of many people's talents and time, and that our recital was not about us. We were performing for our audience. Every person on the stage was just as important as the other one, front row, back row, end, middle, didn't matter. Everyone was there to help create that picture and to serve a bigger picture and a bigger purpose. And then I would teach them about you know, the music that we were dancing to, the shoes that we were wearing, the clothes that we were wearing, the costumes that the costumers made, and the designers that had the vision to create that costume, and the people that had to make the fabric and bring the fabric. And then when you get to the theater, the people that built the theater, and it goes on and on and on and on, right? The technicians, we could be standing on the stage, but if there was nobody there to shine the light on us or turn on the microphone or open the curtain, we'd just be standing there. And I know that this is really, really probably corny, but this is exactly how I feel about new construction, is that you're building a home, but look at the thousands of people and hands and talent and physical labor. Like
talent, by the way.
I mean, these, you know, yes. Do you sometimes have someone, you know, the tile's not quite right? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that happens. But there are some absolute master tradesmen.
They did so we're building a house.
My gosh.
Did they do an amazing job on our drywall?
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
And it's drywall. That's going to be painted
it's just
over.
Mud and tape. Yeah, but we're walking in there going, they really took care and time.
Did. And so, I appreciate every little bit of that. So just kind of back to your point when we were, I don't know how we got stuck behind this truck, but we'll get through the cul-de-sac in a second.
Welcome to
the roundabout. But you're exactly right. You know, you go and you'll see people on the roofs. You see the people up there standing there as the trusses are coming in, and they're standing there trying to steady it. And you've got
that sign.
Ooh, did he just hit it?
He hit it. He nicked it. You got to go around him. He's going to go back and check it, I think.
No, I think he's trying to turn left here.
He nicked the sign, yikes. Okay.
I think he's just trying to turn.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The truth is, I don't know if we caught that on camera because it was kind of between the two cameras. So we'll see. That'll be funny if we got it.
Yeah. Anyhow.
And I'm certain he'll come back and make sure it's all taken care of.
If he even. Oh, it's probably one of those things.
Yeah. It just came off the screw. It's fine. It's still hanging.
So point is, when you build these homes, whether it is a townhome, whether it is a just massive luxury home on the lake, the amount of people that have their hands and their talent in building the home, to me, is overwhelming and truly awesome.
Yes.
And I am so appreciative of every single one of them. So yes, if we see them, the least we can do is give them a lunch.
Yes. And we always tell them it's on behalf of the people whose home you're building. Amy made someone cry once because she said, I want you to know that this family has a young child and this is going to be their nursery. And we so much appreciate you building this for them, and they cried.
It was they were installing the carpet that day.
Yep.
And I happened to be there when they rolled up, and I just told them I just wanted to appreciate them. I said I know you do this every day. It's a house and it's carpet, but for the family that's buying this, they have a newborn baby, and that baby's going to learn to crawl and take those first steps on that carpet.
It's the setting for their life events that will happen in there, and it's a big freaking deal. And I'm not even actually emotional about it right now. I'm passionate about it.
Absolutely.
Because that's, I think, something that I hope people understand we take so seriously. Because it's the setting for your life. You think about the staircase, and I can't see a staircase without going, this is where they'll come down for the prom or for the wedding or whatever. It happens every time.
Christmas morning or
something.
You never, anyway, so we got a little emotional today.
Yep.
But that's okay. But
we're going to answer the phone in a second.
Okay, I have to answer the phone. All right, guys.
One last shout out, John and Michelle. Here in Waterloo. Congratulations. New home just closed on it. It's beautiful, and we're glad to have you as neighbors.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you again for watching. Please stay safe, stay well, take care of yourself. Remember, we love you, and happy house hunting.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.